Hello again. So this is going to be a video as how I was able to make this hot tub. Some of you want a little more detailed constructions, so I'm going to start with the lid. This lid is upside down. As you can see, I put 4 inches of foam. Couldn't find 4 inches thickness of foam, so I just glue 2 of them together, and then I put some construction adhesive. But it was going to take a long time for it to dry, so what I did, I bought some long screws and put some bolts, and I couldn't find stainless steel washers, so some of them I need to replace with stainless steel. I would suggest use stainless steel washers, and I just used some kind of door window gaskets around the tub, and that's how you are able to maintain a lot of your heat in the tub. Now, one of the things when I built the tub, as you can see on the video, I used plain 1/2 inch foam. What I did is, before I started, I sprayed the tub with this stuff is called 3M high strength contact adhesive. I sprayed the tub all the way around it, and I lightly spray 3 coats on this and cut it to shape, and then start molding it to there and kind of glue it. This will bend, that's what I use, 1/2 inch, and I put as many layers I could, so it would work. I think at the bottom I might put 3 or 4 layers of this, and the next I put like 2, and then I glue each one of them at a time. And at the end of that, what I put is I found some bubble wrap. It's chrome on both sides. This really helps to prevent with the heat. And I finished this with 2 layers all the way to the top. And then I went ahead and did the cedar wood. There's not really a frame on this. I just screwed them to the decking board. I just pre-drilled it and just screwed it to the decking board. Just started from one end to the other. The only thing that's framed is the heat pump. That's the only thing I did frame. I used some treated lumber, 2x4s or so forth. But the main thing again is insulate, insulate, insulate. The only part I did not insulate was at the very back of the tank where the heat pump is, because I want to retain some of the heat in the heat pump, so none of this plumbing and stuff gets frozen. Of course, this one's here. There's 2 of them. One goes there and the other one goes there, and then I got the lid that just screws on out. So I just built the heat pump with a bunch of insulation, so it's got 4 inches all the way around. Now you see this little filter. That's just regular above ground pool filter. All I did is just took the guts out, took the motor out. The motor was burnt, so I just use it for filter. And I use these little cartridges that I wash out about every 2 weeks. I use it. And here's the pump. I recommend everybody, if you're going to do this hot tub, use this pump. You cannot hardly hear this running. It is an amazing little pump. I bought one before. It was so loud, it was very annoying. But that pump, it's on the description of my first video. You can look into. And then I made this little water heater with an element. And let me go back and I talked about this water heater. Here's the water heater element that I used. This is similar to the other one. It only has 2 places for the wires, and it's a 110. So all you put is the hot in the ground, and it will work. Of course, I put the description too on the sensor I use. I use a 30 amp CT30 3000, and I'll explain to you how I was able to make this work. So basically, I took 3 12 wire, number 12 wire, and I brought it to this plug-in that's right here. So from a breaker box outside, I brought it to this plug-in, and this plug-in is protected by a GFI. Now from here, I took the wires that's already protected from the GFI all the way underneath the decking board to the pump house. As you can see how the conduit goes up and goes here. But see how the conduit goes all the way up to the sensor here? And this is the sensor. Basically this is just a junction box for electrical. I picked up the tall ones and I just cut out the hole to make the sensor fit. Now I bought another one just in case that ever goes out. I'll have a spare, just like the water heater element. So basically this sensor makes the plug-in in the pump house hot. Let me go back to the pump house. So that sensor controls the whole plug-in. So basically when the water is cold and it needs to be heated, that sensor will turn the whole plug on. That means that the pump and the heater will work at the same time. Now why is that important? Well, it's because this is made from PVC pipe, and if it gets too hot, it can melt it and you have failure. Now how big is the pipe? Well, it's about 2 inches, I think, what I used, and I made it where it goes inside and it has plenty of room around it. So basically I just went to the store and found a bunch of fittings, see how it worked, made it a little longer so water can travel through here, so it would work and be efficient. So how did I wire this? Basically I just took a plug-in, this wire, and I hook up 2 of the wires that goes there. And it doesn't have a place for the ground, so you cannot have this ground. But the good thing is that the pump that's right here has its own ground. So basically the whole system should be ground. Now I'm not an electrician, so if you're doing this yourself, this definitely you may want to get an electrical person to do this for you. And that's pretty much it. So the normal there's where the water comes in at, and it goes to the pump. Actually it goes to the filter, then it goes to the pump, and then from the pump goes to the heater. From the heater I drill another hole, and I was able to find the same coupling that comes with the tank at the same Tractor Supply store. So I hope this will be able to help you. This is the way I done it, and it worked out real well. So far it's been I think 7 months. We've been using this quite often, but we really enjoy it. And the most awesome part about it is it's very quiet, it's really easy to use. So hopefully this will help you. If you notice these 2 little plugins here, not plugins, these little rubber tabs, they're actually for chairs, but they're perfect size where when I want to change my filter, I'll just take those and I'll plug the hose so no water can go through, and I'm able to replace the filters and then pull them off. So they're basically little plugs that work for me. One more thing, I forgot. So that sensor has a thermostat. So you can see the little wire that's coming down. I did not want to get the thermostat, to drill a hole to put a thermostat in. So what I did, I took some JB Weld or any kind of glue, and I glued the thermostat in, just glued it on the plastic, on the tub. And then I just spray some foam on it, so it still gives you a pretty accurate reading, and you don't have to drill on the tub to put the thermostat wire through. So we just put it against the wall and it works just fine. Is it 100% accurate? Probably not, but really it's good enough for this project. At least I felt like it's good enough for this project. So hopefully this have answered a lot of your questions. The tub is working great, and so far so good. And I hope you guys be able to make one like this, or just leave a comment, subscribe if you wish, and thanks again.